Welcome to the Zachrilege Cast podcast, YouTube video interview program that features me talking to some of the best and brightest in the atheist/secular/awesome community. This is episode number 67. We're recording live on August 16th, 2016. I would like to thank last week's guest, Karen Garst, the Faithless Feminist. Find her online and double find her book, Women Beyond Belief, in stores and non-stores everywhere, October 1st. Tonight we have the Unbuckling the Bible Belt program. Sharon, Kate, Adam, and even Joe. And Joe is awesome because he recently bought me beer. Host a weekly program that covers atheism from south of the Mason-Dixon line. This is my first group interview in a while, so please, gentle welcome, everybody.
Hi there.
Hello.
I haven't done a group thing in a while, so this is cool.
I haven't done a group thing that I remember in a while.
No. Hashtag roofies.
Yeah.
We'll have to remedy that.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see what happens here to do the live unbuckling show since you're all from different locations. So to begin the show, why don't we just do a quick, everybody do like a little intro, and I'll go from left to right on what I see on my screen. So Adam, you can go first.
All right. Adam Fusen out of Middle Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee area. I do a bunch of bullshit work in construction for engineers, and I don't get paid like one.
Sweet.
Sweet. And Kate's next. How are things in Kentucky?
Oh, it's a lot of can't going on lately. Can't be educated. Can't take care of your woman parts. Can't not whatever they feel like, apparently. Yeah, I live in northern Kentucky. People like to make the assumption that, oh, you're so close to Cincinnati, it's not that bad compared to down in Lexington, and it's like, you know what? Come live up here, because the only difference between Cincinnati and here is everything. It's very different once you cross the river. So, yeah, so here I am, Kate, doing my thing.
It's probably easier for you to go to see Ken Ham's boat than going to Cincinnati.
No, I could hop a bus and get in and go see the sights of Cincinnati for a hell of a lot cheaper. The museums are cheaper with real science, the art, the Taft, the Aronoff Center for concerts. There's a lot more to do across the river than look at a bunch of fake crates with stuffed animals in them.
I just realized that Ken Ham's the little man in a boat.
The whole art creation project, in my view, if you all ever want to see an enactment of Moby Dick, it's Ken Ham trying to become famous with his boats. I mean, the boats in the art creation, this whole thing is like his Moby Dick. It's crazy.
Mr. Moby was the one.
I just want to be Queequeg. That's it.
You're going to be Queef.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Queen King Queen. What the fuck was that?
Wasn't going to take long. We've had Joe on, but it's been, like a year or so. So how you doing, man? I hear you're producing Offspring.
Oh, yeah, worst mistake I ever made in my fucking life. But she's fucking adorable, so maybe she won't suck.
Oh,
but it looks
like you. She looks just like you.
I know.
Yeah.
I just hope she's as cool as I am. So
She will be. She's going to be kicking your ass on video games by the time she's 5. That little kid you're cursing at in another room on a game, you'll suddenly realize it was your daughter the whole time. It'll be awesome. She's
that's
going to
kind of how
own
my
you.
porn goes, too. That little kid, oh, wait.
Whoa, dude.
Sorry.
No.
It's having a kid is weird. I'm not a fan that much.
They're more fun when they can, do things with you.
Well, it's a little late now to realize you're not a fan.
It's never too late.
Oh, you're going to have one of those
So it's the really, really, really late term
third
adoption.
trimester abortion.
15th quadmester abortion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna go all China here.
It is a girl, so I can get away with it, right?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn it.
No.
Not in the U.S. Her
No.
uterus is important.
She's actually pretty cool. She eats a lot, she poops a lot, and she sleeps a lot. So she's
She is
just
a
like
lot
me.
like you.
She's exactly
Oh,
like me.
she's just like you.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
She already makes the funny wiggly eyebrow faces. That's hilarious.
Yeah. She looks at me like, motherfucker, please, all the time. It's hilarious. I love it.
Yeah. She is a skeptical baby.
Yeah, she definitely is.
And Sharon, can you give us a intro?
I'm Sharon Bush. I'm currently in Augusta, Georgia, I guess it's not a secret anymore. I was trying to keep my identity a little secret, but I'm a fourth grade teacher. I can't tell you where, but I've already had to pray at least 10 times at school, and I am done.
What, really?
Yeah. Yeah, every time somebody brings us food, we have to pray over it. We had to pray to start the school. We had to pray at the ribbon cutting of the new school. Then we had to pray the first day of school.
Oh my God.
I'm so sick of praying.
Just like, give me the damn shovel. I'll start digging the ditch, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much anywhere 100 miles around the Appalachian mountain chain, you're going to run into that same kind of shit.
Yeah, you will.
I don't think my... Huh. I should ask my wife if praying's a big thing, because she teaches fourth grade also.
Well, depends on what kind of nosy Nancy's you've got in the school politics. I mean, Sharon knows. It all depends on who's on the school board, who your district superintendent is, who's, running all these different little side circles that parents either vote in or... It's not fun. It's political. And unfortunately, what follows with politics? Religion. So, good times.
Yeah. But I stood strong. I did not bow my head. I just looked at all the fools who did.
Yeah, the best part is when that happens and you don't bow and you find the other person who isn't, and you're like, aha, you can't tell anybody either because it's a secret.
Yeah. I had that at my old school, being another chick, although she was into yoga and cupping and all that good stuff.
Which is not like scissoring, right? Cupping?
Yeah, no, it's definitely not cupping balls. No.
When I first heard it, I thought it was cupping balls because they said people are cupping at the Olympics. Everyone's cupping. I'm like, why are women cupping? They don't have anything to protect down there.
No, it's that menstruating cup thing. What's it called?
Yeah.
The Diva Cup.
Diva Cup.
Those things are awesome.
Oh. It's like the worst shot. It's like a vampire shot glass.
Yeah.
It is, but it's effective and less chance for infection. They're really good.
Oh, cool. Did not know that.
See, the more you know.
I'm learning things today.
And if
good
no
things
one,
for him to know for his daughter. I'm just saying.
If no one knew this already, this is a drinking podcast. I am drinking a Yeehaw 80. It's a Nashville beer, Scotch ale. And then when that's gone, one of my favorites, the Messiah Nut Brown Ale from Hebrew. The Chosen beer.
I thought Hebrew, I heard bad things about them. Like as far as quality of beer. Because that's when they first started, and I haven't had any, never got the chance to try any.
Well, I like it, and I'm a freaking beer snob, so...
Well, I tried something, what is it called? Sweet Baby Jesus. I like that one.
That one I want to try. It's out of Baltimore.
It's good. It's good.
Butter,
it's like,
chocolate stout, I think.
It's chocolate peanut butter, and it's like pitch black. It's so dark, but it's not thick. So it's really good. And that totally sounded like I was talking about something else. But
it's like you're just talking about Dennis Rodman's penis is why it keeps breaking. It's not that it's chocolate.
But yeah, it's really good. I like that one the best. The Dirty Little Freaks, it's all right, but I think the coconut just... I usually prefer regular dark beer. I don't care what it is. I like a porter or a stout, and they're delicious.
I just don't like them too sweet.
I think we can all hang and get along just fine. So I haven't actually... Well, it's two things. I haven't done a multiple-person interview in a while, and I haven't interviewed just like a podcast in a while, so I figured... Why not have people in this audience get to know your show? So let's start with some rapid-fire questions about Unbuckling the Bible Belt for the uninitiated. The show is not as dirty as you think, but there was a recent segment on contused cocks.
Oh, it's dirty.
It's dirty as hell.
So I'm going to kind of give everybody, whoever wants to talk, an opportunity to say. So can you give kind of the elevator speech for this show? Like, what is this show all about?
Kate?
Can y'all hear me?
I have to do it. Wow. Yeah, man, we hear you.
You're still here.
Okay.
You might want to.
So our show originally started with, as you know, we've gone through an evolution of different people, and I think it's added to the show. It's broadened our perspectives. There's different things every week that we talk about. It's not just about, religion, grr. We'll talk about science. We talk about what the fuck is this? Why is there a penis with a mustache face on the other side of this dildo that you can like screw your boyfriend and screw yourself at the same time? There's all kinds of just interesting topics.
Where do I get that?
Cover. So that's what makes our show so great. And then, of course, our interviews. We really, if you want crazy interesting, thoughtful, or philosophical, we bring it on board. We brought in Lawrence Krauss. I've brought in Jada Franson. She's like the head neo-crazy conservative leader of the Britain's First Party over in Britain. You know, we have all of these fun people on to give a wide variety of little bugs to look under your microscope with, you know, to enjoy.
Black Panthers.
Yeah, we
That
have.
too, man. Yeah,
Wow.
we got it all. So
I brought
it's
in.
gonna get better.
You know, there's just so many podcasts out there, and I just think the best thing that we can do is just, number one, create a voice out there that people can maybe relate to and join to and understand there's people in this region that feel the same way, and we just bring up a bunch of diverse topics.
Very diverse. We try not to beat Donald Trump to death. I mean, as we all already know, he's our favorite little Dr. Evil incarnate, but it's just something that it gets old after a while. You can only talk about so many things, and sometimes we just need to lighten the mood. So yeah, we're going to talk about contused cocks some week. Sorry, you know, why not? It's educational too when we're talking about these things. So it's not always this cry for help for women's rights. We'll talk about why or where you shouldn't have sex and why it's a bad idea. You know, it's fun, it's educational. You'll remember the details we share because we want the material to be memorable and not like a constant, steady drone. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we try to be engaging as much as possible.
I'd have to say we teach you why not to have sex in the pool. I mean, we're all...
Now you know, man. You better be careful of your girlfriend out in those creeks. I'm just saying.
Hey, you forget that shit. Creeks, lakes, pools, it's all on. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Swimming.
You don't remember last week what's going to come up your urethra and bite you, do you?
We already know what's in a drop of pond water. We're good. We don't want that.
I've dated women all over the South. Something in the fucking water don't scare me a bit.
Yeah, but our show teaches you it's not a good idea to have sex in the pool because it delubricates you.
Yeah, it doesn't make for a good time the whole time. Friction is good to a point.
It's like Sylvester the cat's face after he eats the alum.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously, dog?
Yeah, because your dog, that's the one that, you know, you were kind of salty about the other day.
I'm always salty about that motherfucker. God damn. That really was the worst mistake of my life, was getting that.
You ever happy about anything? Come on, man.
I'm happy about lots of stuff, God damn it. Why are you always so testy?
Oh, yeah.
While we are all drinking, I just would like to remind all the viewers that might be listening to this, it is National Rum Day, motherfuckers.
Well, I'm not drinking.
I'm drinking beer, and that's why Joe's drinking air.
Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum, baby.
Ooh,
I'm drinking air, too.
So how did everybody get kind of added to the show? Because I initially interviewed Chris and then Joe like fairly early in the show about a year ago, and we had this nice rotation. I've had a couple of shows that have disappeared off the map, but not ones that have kind of made a transformation. So how did everybody get started?
Well, this is delicate.
It's been a constant work.
No, I'll do it. I have no problem with delicacies here.
Joe's kind of brought everybody on. So.
Yeah, so Chris and I started the podcast. He had a dumbass attack at ReasonCon, and then some more dumbass shit that he did, which he's owned up to. So I gotta give him props for that. And then, so then I kind of went solo for a minute. Sharon was a fan of the show, and she had some questions. And then I said, "Hey, why don't you come on the show then? Fuck it, you and I will roll this bitch." And then,
I owed Joe a lot of money, so he asked me to come on.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't take it like he used to. So.
I was tired of sucking his tiny cock.
Hey, it's it's big enough that gets me off. That's all.
And it was easy access with the kilt and all. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I had some issues come up with work and stuff and kid stuff, so I bowed out, and then Adam bowed out with me. And then Kate came back on, and God damn, that's like a tree of fucking life here.
What happened was after you and Adam had dropped off, with life issues, and I left it at that. I didn't dig. Then Chris approached me because he did. I got to give him credit. He keeps up on all the podcasts, and he really does follow. I'll never short him for any of that. So he brought me on board to co-host with Sharon. Because at that point, I think Sharon and Chris, Sharon, you're pretty much doing the show, and Chris was doing like his little corner thing.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So Sharon and I came on. I think we did pretty good together, and we got more organized. And then we brought the guys on because we need to have the opposite spectrum. Instead of she and I speculating about a contused cock, we can just ask Adam, what's it feel like? And, you know.
God damn, you really had to go there?
It's good to have, you know, the
Did you say it leans to the left or the right now?
Yeah, it's straight on, man. I beat that thing on a wall until it straightened itself out. You can do that in your 20s.
Adam and Dennis Rodman. I had no idea they had so much in common.
Took notes.
And yes, you have to listen to the show to figure it out. So I guess this pretty much answered itself, but the show, you consider it a serious show, jokey, or kind of a hybrid?
It's a hybrid for sure.
Oh, it's definitely a hybrid. It's a hybrid.
Absolutely.
Only because we blow our fucking brains out and we had to fucking report about the shitty, terrible stuff all the goddamn time.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've got to throw a dick joke in somewhere.
And it's not like we got writers from Daily Show or something. So, you know, it's a lot of impromptu stuff. Right now, I don't think we're going to go live anytime soon, just because it'd be nice to not have to edit, but equipment-wise and just getting consistent, good audio quality is still a problem. It's not, you know what it's like in podcasting. It's not easy all the time to think, oh, every time's a perfect recording because everybody has different equipment and it could be a lightning storm that day. So, yeah, the mechanics of it's been fun trying to figure out for sure.
Yeah, us being so far away from each other definitely puts a hamper on.
We have to edit out all of Adam's burping and ice rattling and farting and whatever else.
I gotta say, it's a lot better now since you have the new mic. It's been a lot better.
I'm a constant work in progress. I promise you that. But I do bring home some
I'm
good
just
shit.
teasing you. I'm just picking on you because I can see your face.
In the beginning, it was like that. But no, we've all come on really well. You do good. You weren't maybe like mad at you.
All right. So anyway, what else we want to get into?
Now the first time I did a podcast, I had like a beer and I kept knocking it down on the table, and I had to have Bill of the Barroom Atheist actually play back the audio to show how much noise I was making on my side. I'm like, oh, so now you have to put like a towel down, and
he did that.
You have to set up the whole room, and I have to boot the cats because they're a little loud.
Yeah, I had to do the same thing too, man.
And it's live mainly because I'm lazy, so I really give credit to anybody who does editing because I had to do it once and it was awful. It's terrible.
It sounds like the story of my life. I used to edit the show, and then Kate was like, let me do this. I love you, but let me do this. So,
because it wasn't anything personal. I think if it's something that you don't have to edit out every single bit of background noise, and I don't, but it's nice if we can get all the dogs out, and just so people, when they're talking, not just him. But there's these jaws that like to flap now and then. I think they're cute, but some people might think it's something else because the way Sharon talks about herself. So we want to keep some mystery to what's going on in her bedroom. But yeah, I think it was a good move for the most part. And her job, I know she takes her work home with her. My job, I leave it at work. So why would we put her through that? You know what I mean? It just made sense.
It's nice to be able to kind of rotate responsibilities. So this is the drinking question. So do you drink while recording, and is it recommended to drink while listening if not operating a motor vehicle? Note this is void in Kentucky.
Oh, I got a secret, man. Every time I'm recording, I'm fucking hammered.
I can tell.
Probably why your
Are you really?
On.
Yeah, he is.
I have a story.
That's only because that's his default position.
No.
On a Saturday and Sunday, that's his default position.
I have a story about drinking and being on the show. Well, it was on another show. It was on Cellar Door Skeptics. And I got wasted. I drank like a fifth of Jaeger, and I fell asleep.
She did.
On the podcast?
On the podcast.
Nice.
Because I know we were all like, man, she's kind of quiet.
The pressure's off when you're not hosting. You're like, I'm free. You ask me, I'm go.
Snoring.
So I don't drink anymore, needless to say.
Well, you got to understand that, for most of us, we are in the South, and the minute we step outside of the doors of our livelihood, there is some shit in our face about, what we have a problem with. And it's not just in our face there. We get the car, we turn the corner, it's right there in my face again. And then I turn the corner again, and it's right there in my face again. And you almost need some form of escape, kind of. But you got to make humor, get humor out of it. And that's just kind of what we have to deal with. And that's how we deal with it, is making fun of it.
Yeah.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, drunkie. It's fine.
Are you hammered right now?
No, he's pulling out his favorite nose picker. He was. No, I actually know they know. It's obvious I drink coffee. So it's like, slow down, Kate. We love you, but slow down.
Yeah.
Slow
and I get
down.
reprimanded, and I feel bad for about a week, and then I go in and I stop feeling bad, and then I get feeling bad again for reprimanding.
And I'm just sitting there like, I'm not saying anything. I don't want to be part of this because somebody's going to hit somebody or somebody's going to hang up and I'm going to be sitting here all alone.
You won't be yourself.
I'm just not really on much anymore, thanks to fucking stupid life and how stupid it is.
It's hard to look at a sloth seriously. I'm just sorry.
Is that not the cutest goddamn thing you've ever seen, though? Seriously.
Not really.
Well, then you're wrong.
Not really.
You are fucking wrong. Except for my daughter. That's the only other option.
It's not what he really looks like. Seen him in person.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
more like
Twice now. I bet
I'm more
Joe
like
twice.
Megatherium. I'm more like the giant sloth than I am the sloth in the picture. I
I
just
kind of assumed you always wore the kilt, and then in Nashville you didn't have the kilt on.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I wear it a lot. I've worn it enough in Nashville that there are cops that look at me to make sure I'm not going to pull my dick out on 2nd Avenue. That's how much I've worn my kilt down. So
You should reach up under your kilt one time just like you're going to and be like, no, wait, I won't. See what they do.
No, I'm not going
See
to
what
do that.
they do.
No.
I'm going to put you on the sex offender list, and that's not
Yeah.
no bueno when your wife's a teacher.
No bueno. Yeah. Sorry, honey, I can't pick up at work anymore.
I showed my dick out of my kilt.
And yeah, it's just the traditional.
Yeah. Well, it's too hot to wear it any other way.
Well, you don't. You personally don't have to worry about your dick falling below your hemline.
Thanks. I mean, most people don't either, but thanks for that.
Hey, it might be too late, but are there going to be any children listening to this show?
Possibly.
Oh, we're all ages here.
Oh shit!
Actually, above 18 ages probably, because it's.
This is a boring show.
I don't censor people. You can say whatever the fuck you want. So.
Okay, great.
We've already talked about Kintu's cocks. You're like, language? I mean, come on.
It's a little
Yeah.
late now. I hope that kid doesn't hear about that Kintu's cock that happened.
Well, hey, we
That'd be a
educated
great
them
name
what
for a
not
band.
to do and what Kintu's cock is all about. So now a kid will know. If he's
That's a
like
great
having too
band
much
name.
fun on the monkey bars.
Kintu's cocks.
Yeah.
If he does a flying leap off the monkey bars thinking he's going to land in heaven, he's going to end up with a bloody dick.
If
At
pussy's
least.
heaven, I'm going to convert.
What? If pussy's heaven, you're going to convert?
No, I still wouldn't. It wouldn't be worth it.
Well,
So-
we're in the South, and that's usually a good place to talk about religion. Can each of the co-hosts kind of talk about your own personal religious background? And we'll start with Sharon this time.
Well, I grew up primitive Pentecostal, and there was some
I'm so
snake
sorry.
handling involved. And we weren't allowed to cut our hair or wear anything but long sleeves and dresses that came down to our ankles. And most of the time we weren't allowed to watch television, except my dad didn't go to church and didn't believe what my mom believed, so he watched TV, and I would sneak in and watch TV with my dad. And so we grew up like that until I was about 13, and for some reason, I don't know why, I think it had to do with a man, my mom decided that we weren't going to go to church anymore, and she let us start wearing normal clothes and cutting our hair, and I went buck wild, got pregnant, had a really good time doing it.
Well, that's good.
Well, if you're gonna do it, at least you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
That cover charge is pretty steep.
So that's the story of my life religiously.
Well, when did you become an atheist?
When did I become an atheist?
You're welcome,
about?
You're on it.
I guess about 5 years ago, and it wasn't like some huge conversion story. I just realized, I kind of went through everything, am I Wiccan, am I a pantheist, and finally I just decided, hell no, I don't believe in anything because all that other shit is crazy rot. So here I am, atheist.
Huh.
Dum, dum, dum.
Who's next?
You are.
Let's
Loud.
Yeah.
go with Adam. Go for it.
Man, I grew up in an Episcopal church. My grandparents were Catholic. My grandfather was the head football coach for Father Ryan here outside of Nashville. It's a big, prominent school here.
Catholic
And,
school.
yeah, Catholic school. And I kind of bounced around from a few religions after they passed away. My mom went to a few different churches, and I just came down to the reason that this was just all just fucking bullshit. I never really considered myself, an atheist until several years ago. I just kind of ignored religion altogether. I was a hippie, man. I traveled around, had some good jobs and traveled and went to some good shows as far as music went and good vacations. I got paid well, and I kind of focused in on, hey, this shit's a problem. It's a big problem, even from some type of earthy standpoint of view that religion is a damn problem in society. So I'm your backwoods country hippie trying to make a difference.
Excellent. Kate, what you got?
Like Sharon, I grew up Pentecostal. Mine was the charismatic Pentecostals. So we had the anointing of oil, prophesizing, speaking in tongues, getting slain in the spirit. The memes you see on Facebook where like they're playing Headbangers Ball to people at church, that was my church. That's what I grew up in. My household pretty much used religion against me, and then I had a very interesting adventure with trying to figure out for myself if God even knew what I was going through. My household was very abusive on all kinds of levels. Needless to say, when I wasn't sure if God was paying attention, I went the other route and thought I'd get God to punish me. When that didn't work, I tried to get Satan's attention instead to punish me. Because then if Satan punished me, that means the guy upstairs is real. And obviously that means there's hope for me. That's how my brain worked in that situation. So yeah, needless to say, I left home pretty early. As soon as I left home, I wasn't obsessed with demons trying to hurt me anymore. I pretty much... all the stress went away immediately. It was weird, but makes sense, I guess. So yeah, I still tried to get close to God because somehow I saw it in my mind as God got me out of that house at 16, not the cute boyfriend that I ran off and got married to. And I went to church probably until I was probably 22, because the last time I went was a Baptist. I tried all types of churches, Baptist, Methodist. I think I even tried Episcopalian one, Episcopal, whatever that word is. Another church.
Yeah,
went to Catholic. I tried them all just to check them out.
Yeah.
I went through the Wiccan phase, went through the ghost phase and spirits phase, tried the New Age meditate phase. I was really having a hard time finding a bigger purpose other than, hey, why can't I just find my own purpose that I like? So, yeah, for a while there, my identity was still really lost in religion or some type of spirituality, and I'd say I pretty solidly walked away from it by the time I was 26. I was done. Completely done. And I went from angry anti-theist to outspoken atheist to pretty much I'm a humanistic educator now, is what I try to be.
Right,
And I love cults. I mean, I think looking at what people have gone through and recovering from religion, because I still have religious trauma that I deal with, and I deal with other people who do that. They might call me at 1 a.m. because they could have swore they woke up and like they heard voices from God or whatever, and they go, I know this is my imagination. Help, because you're so programmed. You have these fears. So that's basically where I'm at now. I'm just more on the humanistic outreach side of things, and it's been a good journey. I like it.
Well, thanks for sharing. And I mean, now at this point, when someone says they are a Christian or they were the Christian, like I need a lot more detail. And even now, it's like you say Pentecostal, and you'll still need more detail. That's
oh yeah.
Every church you go by
Pentecostal
is
to me is probably the Pentecostal to me. I've been to the Pentecostal church, a couple of different ones, and they are the most, as far as extreme religious beliefs, that is the most extreme religious beliefs I've ever experienced in my life. And Kate brings that physical aspect into perspective.
Yeah, it's like a nonstop LARP event at those churches, and they take it home, and it's like real life at home. My mom, I remember she hung up this picture of Jesus. You know that picture where he's like hugging this guy in the heavens, and there's like blue skies behind, and all you see is Jesus' real. Oh, I missed you, son, and you just see the back. My mom like cried and was like getting messages from God in our home. I mean,
that sounds like some Carrie kind of shit.
You know the best thing about pictures of Jesus? It takes 2 less nails to hang it.
Yeah,
Oh, dang.
yeah.
I feel bad. You guys have all these terrible stories. I'm like, yeah, I grew up on a military base, and we had to go to that bullshit, non-denominational church. Found out my parents lied to me about Santa. Figured they lied to me about God. Went and heard the story of Job. They did the story of Job. That great story of faith. And I went, God's a dick.
Yeah.
This is stupid.
Yeah.
And that's been pretty much. I kind of faked Jesus. For a couple of years in high school because I'm in a really goddamn small town. But
hey Joe, man, me and you, I should take you up to the Church of God up in Lafayette, Tennessee. It will rock your world.
No,
man.
I've been to a few. The charismatic, what is it? The happy pastor guy. That Robert Duvall was in that movie. That kid, that preacher's kid went to my high school. He played bass. He and I we both played bass together, and. Yeah, so they were like, he's the happy pastor. I go, what the fuck does that even mean? I mean, aren't they all happy? He's like, no, it's a thing. I go, oh, cool. And I went, oh my gosh, fuck that.
It's a thing. Yeah.
I thought Baptists were fucked up. They are. I mean, They
are. But they're not bad. I mean, Bible Baptists, they got the whole brimstone and fire thing, but I'll tell you, I saw a lot less speaking in tongues and that kind of thing at the Bible Baptist Church, at least in Southwest Ohio. In Northern Kentucky around here, I see a lot less of that in the Baptist churches compared to
I've never seen it.
The evangelical, charismatic churches, the Pentecostal style churches. And that's the other thing. What about all of you? I was never a Jesus freak. I was always about Yahweh.
I pretended to be a Jesus freak because all of my friends in high school were Jesus freaks, and we went to all these concerts. We even went and spent a couple of weeks at Emmanuel College, which is a Jesus college.
Yeah, literally.
And yeah.
How did he hold pencils with all those holes in his hands?
I don't know. But I pretended for a long time. But the whole time I was pretending, I mean, whenever everybody would raise their hands to praise the Lord or whatever, I would never do it because I'm like, y'all are fucking stupid for raising your hands. I'm not doing that. Plus, my pits probably stink, and
Well, now we're hitting the nitty-gritty.
We're getting all kinds of information. So now we've got a little background on everybody. Let's talk about the show a little more. So what I like about the episodes, I listened to your last 5 episodes, is that you covered serious issues and then you let Adam talk. So is the segment regular? Is this something you bring to the show normally?
Yeah.
Good answer. Yeah, that was really specific.
Yeah, this is a
It
normative
is.
thing.
It is our normal thing, and we don't really schedule in when Adam's allowed to talk. It's just he has really good timing with popping in with his comments, and when I like it because I'm like that worst kid you play basketball with. I don't know when to pass the ball sometimes, so it's good we have Adam on the show.
And I'm like the kid sitting on the side, beating their head with their hand because they don't really know what's going on.
Did you just call yourself the water boy?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're just the
God,
last
you're
pig
not.
kid, Sharon. You're just the one that was
You're
picked
not.
I'm the last picked kid. That's
You're
me.
not. You listen a lot more, but I would say Sharon's more concise than my
Agreed.
word salad. Definitely. Totally. I mean,
You shut the hell up, Joe. You haven't even been on the damn show in a month.
That's a good point. Yeah. Sorry. That's I suck.
Sloth face.
So, yeah, I mean,
Face McGee.
we're getting comfortable with each other. I think we kind of know our pauses and timing. We just kind of know how we fit in together at this point. I think, for the most
I
part.
think we do.
I think we're a good crew. I think we all gel well. I think our strengths, like our strengths and weakness, kind of complement each other well. I think. My lack of being there has really been a fucking damper lately.
Well, all of a sudden, I feel like the fucking asshole in the room.
But just now, after like 2 months.
Just now. Just now. I want to clarify that just now.
Well, why would you feel like the asshole? I don't get it. You're not an asshole. You're a treasure.
From time to time, we allow Adam to talk, but we don't interrupt him, and he goes.
Okay, that does sound kind of shitty. When you put it like that, yeah, that sounds terrible.
That's exactly what y'all fuckers said.
I didn't say it.
Oh. No, I said it's not that we don't decide when you get to speak. We don't. We just have our timing figured out.
Excuse me as I interrupt with my vocabulary garbage.
Welcome
from time
back to the
time.
Bible Belt.
All right, that's good. Let's get this out, guys. It's cathartic. Let's get this out.
It's good, yeah. We gotta make everybody cry before the show ends.
Oh, too late for that shit.
Anyway, like I was saying.
What made you decide, Adam, to kind of share the story that you told it was a couple episodes ago about being at a party and a party guest made a certain comment and you couldn't help yourself?
Well, again, I'm in. Whenever you get in the South, you get into major cities, you've got the protection of open-minded people, but the further you range further out from the city, you get into constrictive thought processes. And, somebody spoke up that they could never ever trust an atheist, and I stood up and let him have it. And again, it caused some problems, but at the same time, some things have turned out cool from it. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. And I'm just trying to break that void of, because there might be some other kids out there or whatnot that may be hanging with some adults who might be having the same thoughts and mentalities, and I want to break that door open for them and say, oh, this guy's a guy I might be able to talk to. And if I can do that, that's great. And it has happened a handful of times out here, but it is difficult to do because I'm putting myself out there and friends and family, and it's difficult. But shit, you get me on a bottle of rum and shit's just going to go down.
That's an understatement.
Shit is definitely going to go down. Well,
Yeah.
that was a couple things I wanted to bring up. I mean, the fact that if you listen to a bunch of podcasts, as I do, you know whether you like a show when the people are talking about not the subject of the show and just talking shit together, and you're like, okay, these people are just hanging out, having a good time, and I'm enjoying listening
Oh, that's
to
our
it.
entire show.
So that's important to me for listening to shows, because boy, there are a lot out there. And then you're also talking about like day-to-day situations that atheists deal with, because usually we're talking about the really serious issues that are happening in the world, and there are some bad things happening, but little things that happen all the time, like if someone says a prayer at a public gathering and you're just like, what do I do now? Or someone asks you offhandedly, like, where do you go to church? I remember when I was like in, I think, second grade, and someone asked me, was I a Catholic? So I luckily had an out. I could just say no, but there's the assumption, well, it's probably something else. But
Right.
I used Catholic for years because they leave you alone. The Baptists won't fuck with you when you say you're Catholic. Like, well, we think they believe in God, but we don't know enough about them to whatever. But that, they still love Jesus, so that's good enough for me. And that's kind of like, that was been my cover for years. And then finally one day I just said, no, I don't believe in your bullshit. So.
Yeah, half the time I didn't really start identifying Pentecostal for a while. And yeah, you say, oh yeah, I was raised Pentecostal. Oh my God, you handled snakes? That's like the first thing I hear. You handled snakes? I'm like, no, I didn't handle snakes.
No, that was college.
Yeah.
No, that's Eastern Kentucky, not Central Kentucky. And that's a demographic thing, believe it or not. The closer you get back to Appalachian Mountains, the more Pentecostals play with snakes.
Yeah, East Tennessee, dude. There's been at least 2 dudes that have died out there. I think it was a father and son. They both have died playing with
it's
fucking.
like a TV show, I think.
Yeah, it was. It was. I
That's Survivor. That's the real game of Survivor. That's what fucking CBS is on.
Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's just you sit there and you like identify what you. I mean, I was Pentecostal. I've had multiple therapists, obviously, over the years because of the shit I went through. Oh my God, you grew up in a cult. I'm like, yes, I did. You know, and I think that's something that if they can recognize that Pentecostals is a cult. And that's,
yeah, it's right up there with Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah, Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons, mainstream Christians. It's all cultish to me. Just some of them win the American Idol contest of religion and get the bigger following, is how I see it. They all start off as a cult in my mind. It all started off that way, as a cult, a political movement with religious undertones, and it just went from there. Because in every religion, you're trying to own some type of your culture. That you see that with the cargo cults, you know, yes, John from the airplanes, I get it, but ultimately those cargo planes represent restitution. You get it? And it's the same thing with, like, you know, Christianity and Islam. Every religion, I don't care what it is, there's a political undertone of keeping some type of cultural identity and protecting it. And you see that in any type of doctrinal system like that.
Yeah, and it ranges from county to county to county. You could go from Pentecostal in one county in Kentucky. You could jump the state lines into the very next county, and you're in a Methodist county. And then you can go from there to Unitarian or Baptist. Baptists are everywhere. But that's how it works around here. There's not even a collective argument to even bring to the table against who you want to, generate a conversation with. They all have their own different level of craziness and cultness, I guess.
Even the Scientologists, and I've got one of those too nearby. So, I mean, they're everywhere you go.
Yeah.
So I kind of enjoy it. I'll go to a Christmas Mass over at a Catholic church because it's like watching live rituals. You know, it's kind of cool. I don't believe in it. It's just fascinating to watch it. I think if people take that point of view, you won't necessarily agree with what you're seeing, but you can kind of wrap your head around what you're dealing with a little bit better, I think. But that's just how I've handled it.
I feel that way about midget porn.
Okay.
Because you're always handling it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a little hands, man. My dick look huge.
I identified as a Unitarian, but because nobody knows what that is. If you say you're a Unitarian, at least you're at a church. You tell them, you could honestly say it's a church, but then they're like, oh, okay. And then they don't ask any more questions.
Because you're a hippie.
Yeah. So.
It's
hey, watch your mouth, young lady.
Hey, it's what it is. Every Unitarian, they got some hippie quality. I don't have a problem with it. I'm fine with the whole New Age spirituality. Hippies. It's cool with me. You know, they're talking to me about, oh, well, I have my idea. I'm going to just put it out into the universe. I'm like, yeah, you're going to consciously remind yourself every day of what your goals are. That's works for me, no problem, you know. But everybody, it's identifying out there. And it's like now, I just say I'm a nun, and people just, or a dun even, and they just kind of get quiet for a few minutes and just move on with it.
You could say you're pretty much any kind of Christian. You get the okay, but yeah, if you say the word atheist, it's got that negative connotation. You just don't know.
No, they just assume you've made a deal with the devil when you're sucking his cock every night. I mean, that's how they treat
that's
you.
That's pretty much it. You're exactly right.
Well, he had to pay extra for that, but yeah, I mean, that's basically that.
I'm worth it, okay? I'm worth it. So.
It really is funny that like where I work, which is really funny. We probably have a total of 100 people, and I don't know what the exact. Well, I guess the numbers. We have about 9 atheists where I work, which is fucking crazy.
I'm jealous.
That is so nice.
But that's like privilege, man. You shouldn't even be allowed on the show anymore.
It's
got atheist privilege.
But there's a couple of dudes that came up to me and said, "I heard you're an atheist. What does that mean?" And I told him, and he goes, "Well, shit. I guess I'm an atheist. I didn't know what it was." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, let's do." I mean, I use the whole, I see no evidence for God, so I don't worship any, that old trope. But he's like, "Yeah, that's I've been that way for years," and I'm like, "That's crazy awesome." And there's at least 4 or 5 black dudes where I work that are atheists, which is unheard of. I mean, if you know anything about the South at all, the African community is super religious because the slave masters fucking beat it into them.
That's like more people than what's in my free think group that shows up at meetings as far as that minority.
Yeah, you kind of sound like you got it made at work.
No, I don't. My boss is a I think he's what the hell is that called? I think Methodist maybe. I know they always do newsletters. He's already spoken about we need to pray to God about the election, stuff like that. The newsletter every year has. I mean, it's everyone there's like super religious. Well, not everyone obviously, but it's just pretty laid back. But like the upper echelon folks are still pretty religious. So it's not bad. I mean, I have my little atheist sticker on the wall on my desk, and nobody says anything. All right,
I need to try that. I need to do that. They've got scriptures posted on the outside of cubicles at my job. They wear their crosses, and I just want to wear my little Satan shirt where it has Satan on the front, and it's just like, God's busy, can I help you? I want to wear that one day. They'll probably make me take it off, but...
Oh, goddamn. I used to work for a company in Coleman, Alabama, and I would go into the goddamn break room, and the fucking steel workers would have Bibles laying out everywhere with sticker notes on them. Please, free, take one. I don't even want to see it there in the fucking first place. I just want to get a cup of coffee without reminding
them. Make
why
it go away. No, don't take them, because then they'll bring more.
Oh, God. I didn't think
hard to find a Bible
in the trash, but there are video cameras there.
I mean, do people actually pay for Bibles? I mean, you go to a hotel, you can get one. People hand them out all the time. They hand them out to kids at schools.
I just go to Haiti every year and get some.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
And other things.
I just pull them out of the dead
kids get your shots.
The starving kids' hands. I just pull them out of there because they're not using them because they're dead already. So that's where I get my Bibles from.
Salvation Army, St. Vincent de Paul. I'm sorry, I call it St. Benny's. Those places, they charge you for Bibles. They sell them in their used book section. I was like, I asked the lady about that one time. It's the whatever is in their section. Yeah, I was really surprised. They had price tags even on the Bibles. They were selling Jesus. It's like, this is a picture of Jesus. Why are you selling it? Shouldn't you just give it away to somebody who's inspired? They have no answers for that at all. None. So.
The Prophet Muhammad likes this.
Yeah.
He's being on you.
No, that's what's written on the inside of Oshkosh Bagosh panties.
What?
Oh, he fucks children. He fucks children. Come on.
I'm not touching that.
Oh.
Yeah. You just showed your pedophilia.
Too soon, not.
Never too soon to make fun of people. Never.
Man, that's not awkward.
That was a quality, well thought out joke I thought.
Whatever.
You should stick to slothing.
We can't make a transition. So, Kate, what was it like being on Promoting Secular Feminism, and can you talk about the experience of trying to be non-procreative?
Well, the experience of being non-procreative didn't really start until my 3rd child, because I was that uneducated. I grew up in a Pentecostal household. They didn't tell me about Yeah, I did
Failed
very
miserably.
poorly. Yeah, 3 kids, man. Then I started, checking out birth control and all that good stuff. But it was really, really cool when Misbehaving and all of them invited me onto their show for their 1-year anniversary, which I still give bad props because this is not easy doing podcasts and whatnot. People think, oh, it's just a couple hours you talk, and it's like, no, it's not. At least not for us.
Well, it is for me.
Yeah, because you're not on the show anymore. Nah.
Yeah, I'm slacking.
You're
But I
on
never did
vacation.
much to begin with anyway, so it's not like it's changed too much.
No, it has changed a little bit because you're not there.
Sorry,
But yeah, I liked going on promoting secular feminism, particularly because that's something I do. They're not extreme feminism where it's like everybody's a misogynist. They don't have the sacred cow problem on that show, and I love that about them. They're rational, they're reasonable. They'll reevaluate the way they're thinking about things. It's nice to have discussions with women who've either been through the struggle or fighting the struggle. The whole point of sharing your experiences is so other people can get reassurance that they're not alone in what they're experiencing, that they're not crazy, that there are other people trying to fight the same fight. And I think that makes you feel better, like you're not being ganged up on by the world, because there's part of the world fighting too for what you want. And so shows like Promoting Secular Feminism, I think, are very, very important to do so. I just can't stress those types of shows in general enough. Women need more of a voice like that out here. And they need information, not just, here's a shoulder to cry on and this isn't fair. I like shows that are proactive. They give you the sources. They give you the phone numbers. That's what I'm all about in our shows. If I'm doing the safety dance for people who don't want to be religious, this is where you need to go. This is who you can call. If you're suffering with this, you have rights to that. And I think it's important like that. The education, I can't scream about that enough. Just ask Adam.
Just ask, yeah.
Yeah, Ford salad.
Is Adam even on here now?
I see his avatar. He's probably getting a refill.
He's getting a beer. I'm taking a pee.
Well, I really enjoyed the interview with Avery Corniel. Is that how you pronounce her name?
Yes.
I'm kind of jealous. Stop doing that. Why are you such teases with your 2-part interviews? You little cliffhangers.
We try to keep it at an hour so people's asses don't get numb.
Oh, that's horse shit. We're trying to get people to come back and listen again.
I just think an hour is good.
This thing called the pause button, Sorry.
Yeah.
Now, don't be like, the old dogma debate that was like 4 hours, and you're like, come on, man, I can't get through that whole thing. And sometimes shows, I think you could, give people the bonus version with the long interview. So after, although you did leave with a cliffhanger going into episode 70, which will probably come out like tomorrow, right? Or when does that come out?
Yes.
Wednesday for the people listening later.
Yeah, it'll be out tomorrow morning.
So after you did 2 interviews with Avery, New Black Panther, and then you're doing your latest interview about Black Lives Matter. What do you think? Now, your opinion is the only one that matters, so tell us.
Who?
Anyway, well, Sharon, you haven't talked in a while.
Oh, well, I'll tell you firsthand.
Of course, Adam just jumps in, man.
Just jump in. That's what I do.
Quit
Give me my drink. Hold on.
We'll let everybody have a turn, but Adam's turn is more important. So go ahead.
All animals are equal. Just Adam's is the most equal. Some animals are more equal than others.
Here's what I think.
Adam does not speak for the time of the show.
I do this. I think a bunch of people are assholes around here. But, when it comes down to it, do Black Lives Matter? Absolutely. And all the counterproductive stuff that happened with, All Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, I just felt like, sticking to the common core of why Black Lives Mattered at the moment was the most important core argument. But that was pretty much it for me.
I think that I feel like it's no longer black and white. Before I started listening to Avery and listening to
Dion.
what's Dion? Thank you. Um, I felt like it was very cut and dry. I was ready to sign up for the Black Lives Matter movement. I was ready to put myself out there. And then I listened to Dion and I did some more research, and it's definitely not just cut and dry. There
No.
are there's Dion says that it's classism more than it is racism, and I can see where he's coming from, and that makes a lot of sense to me. And so I'm not as ready to sign on the dotted line to be part of Black Lives Matter anymore.
Hashtag No Lives Matter Cthulhu.
Yeah.
No one did hashtag Redneck Lives Matter. I mean, what's that all about?
No, they don't.
Just no.
They don't.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Wasn't that part of being like a skeptic? Like you've been indoctrinated, most people, in some religion, and then you find your way out, and then you get involved in some other group, and then you find some bad actors within that group. Then do you just throw the whole group away, or do you keep going? And you have to make that decision with everything. I mean, you have to make that decision with humanism, atheism, feminism, Black Lives Matter, anything that kind of pops up, and you realize that it's not all bread and roses. You know, there's downside and upside, and the people who are informed, and not just the people who are yelling for one side, are usually the ones you want to talk to. So I'm glad you've been able to talk to everybody.
Oh, well, we haven't talked to everybody yet.
Well, I mean, you had a nice
Trying to.
coverage in your last few episodes, so that's good. That's the thing. Like, I'm doing an interview show, I'll never be able to interview everybody, and that's great because I'll never run out.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
where you all live, do you have a good atheist community? I know Kate's kind of in that Cincinnati area, and that seems to be a hotbed of heathens.
It is lately.
But what about the Nashville? Adam's shaking his head already, so we know.
Well, Nashville's not bad. I mean, it helps. Tracy Moody's out here, friendly atheist blogger and all that, so that helps out. She gets events out here, or people will come and stuff. She got Bill Nye here and Neil deGrasse Tyson here, do some talks at Vanderbilt. They have a Sunday assembly here. I don't give a fuck. I think it's...
Because he doesn't have a good singing voice is why.
Well, fuck that. If I wanted to get up and... I mean, dude, church is beer and football. Fuck anything else. I never wanted to... I mean, I guess it makes sense for the people that want to gather, but I think that gets awfully churchy, too close to church for me, when they're gathering in the name of whatever.
It's community.
Oh, whatever. Fuck off. Play video games online if you want community. But
I do.
I do too. But I mean, I guess that's we have a decent community here. It helps to having colleges.
There is a small community in Nashville, but it's still very small. But the minute you get it, the further you travel outside of Nashville, the hardcore it gets. It's
Knoxville actually surprisingly has a really good one, but that's only because of there's actual scientists out there and
out in Oak Ridge. I actually lived out there for about 8 years, and that's kind of what got me into roaming into the scientific aspect of things, and gave me a new appreciation of following that that path than on the different path of the Bible.
Yeah, because they had the Atheist Society of Knoxville. Those guys are pretty cool. Their business cards, their business cards were basically a plane flying into the Twin Towers and said, "I've never seen faith move a mountain, but I've seen what it does to skyscrapers." I'm like, well, I'm going to hang out with these guys because they sound awesome.
Yeah.
And we should just get drunk on Tuesdays and talk. But But a lot of those people were out of state. They were scientists from around the country.
Oh, they're out of the country. I mean, you got people coming in from Istanbul to Germany to France. I mean, all those scientists are there right around Oak Ridge, and they all hang out at breweries in downtown Knoxville.
Yeah, we went to.
And it was confusing as fuck because I had to always convert liters down to gallons, and it always fucking pissed me off all the time.
I don't want a goddamn liter. No, what is it? I don't want a large farm. I want a goddamn liter of cola.
Yeah, liter of cola.
Liter of cola.
Yeah.
Wow.
Super Troopers.
Yeah, that's a Super Troopers reference. Zach didn't get it because Zach's fired.
Super Trooper reference in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have big
I
giants
just want
one,
to
but
go
I
for my
couldn't.
stash rides. I'm happy.
Who wants a mustache, right? I do. I do.
Nice German accent.
Ah,
Oh,
somewhere in my family.
I'm rolling the whole beard. I'm not limited to a mustache.
His ride is more extended.
I'm just saying.
Uh,
I'm
and
not
our house is called a flavor saver, so.
big words.
That's what I call my face.
oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah. You have no idea. It's a freaking buffet going on.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah,
Left
sure,
side is from Lucinda on Tuesday. Right side is Wednesday.
yeah.
And the week is still young. I like
man.
that. We have reached about the hour point, so it's about time to wind down. I figure
Let's wind down on that.
everybody
piece.
get one
I
last
know.
chance to say something, or let people know where to find you. I don't know who will be the official spokesperson of the show to let them know where people can find you online. But if everyone wants to say one last thing, I'll give Sharon the chance. She's been kind of quiet, but I know she's got something really chambered up for the end.
Give it to him, Sharon.
I don't have anything for the end. I was going to say, Kate, you're our official spokesperson now.
Oh, God.
Nice.
I'm so screwed with you guys. Come on. I see how it is. You bitch about how I talk, but please talk, Kate.
I don't bitch about how you talk. Adam bitches about how you talk.
I can hear the rocks and you're rolling around in your head. Like, oh, God, here she goes.
No, I don't.
I know, I'm teasing you. I love you. Anybody that wants to catch our show, we post it through Libsyn every Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. So, yes, there's one dropping tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. It's the last
there's
part.
no chance of catching any STDs from us at all.
Well, I never said that.
Huh.
I mean, never say never.
It does not speak for the whole show, apparently.
I just,
I can't get an STD. I never
Joe's
have
got
sex
him.
anymore. I never have sex.
Yeah, Joe needs penicillin shots twice a week.
Yeah, prodigious
had one
children,
scare.
apparently.
I only had one scare. Yeah, children are an STD, so I've got one.
Oh.
But no, you can catch us at our website, www.unbucklingthebiblebelt.com. UTBB podcast is on iTunes. You can catch past episodes there as well as at unbucklingthebiblebelt.com. Facebook, you can put in Unbuckling the Bible Belt, UTBB, you will find us. And, of course, just listen in, send us suggestions, throw virtual tomatoes at us. We love attention, whatever it is, bad or good, we'll take it. So, yeah, and we're always looking for new ideas. So if you got a cracked out grandma that can, talk to aliens in space, we want to interview her.
Oh, we fucking Maury Povich now?
Yeah.
God.
You're not the father!
This week we're going to interview Bigfoot.
I found a squatch.
Watch it.
No, we're going to be actually interviewing people that are within the porn industry, and we'll have folks from Know Your Status on as well with the PrEP programs that are currently running at different hospitals and that. So it'll be educational and fun because we'll be like, what's the worst thing that's happened during a sex shoot, or what's the weirdest request you've gotten when you're doing your little cam thing, and how do they deal with society?
We're trying to interview other people for the sex thing besides Kate. So if anybody's anybody's listening, might be interested, email us. We'd be interested to talk to you.
I know.
My dancing days were over at 21. I'm just saying, my dancing days were done at 21.
Okay.
This is
Adam,
stupid.
there's a local lady that we know that knows a person who does porn and goes out.
There you go.
We should talk to her.
Yes, please. Get us the hookup without paying for the hookup. Wink, wink.
It's not a business expense.
You gotta write that off. Hose is a business. What's on?
That's what she said.
Joe or Adam, got anything else to add before we call it a night? And I will include, of course, all show links on the show notes as usual, so people will be able to find you.
No, nothing to add. But thank you for having us on the show. We greatly appreciate it. I'm fixing to go back over here and get some bong rips and jump in a drum circle. So I really appreciate you having us on.
Did you say bong rips and drum circle?
Yeah.
Goddamn hippie.
That's what I am, brother.
Next time I get to Nashville, it's about 3.5 weeks from now. I'm going to try to meet up with Joe and take down some breweries. So it'll be
That's
fun.
what we did last time, Adam. I invited you, but you were like, hippie stuff.
You can plan enough
Bring
ahead.
your own drum, right? Yeah.
Hey, if you can plan enough ahead, I will bring the swampy forest down your way.
Huh.
Oh my.
We'll avoid Vanderbilt at all costs. We can leave the tie-dyes at home. We can leave the drum circles alone. We can avoid country music. We'll get you over into some Fat Hottie's house. Oh, man, we got some red house districts around here.
I was just thinking about Hattie B's, but that's something very different. Anyway.
Oh, Hattie B's is fantastic.
Yeah, we should go to that.
Very tasty. Well, thanks, everybody. If you want to support this show, you can go to patreon.com/Zachrilege. After 2 beers, can I spell it? ZACHRILEGE. And you can follow me on Twitter, like my ZacrilegeCast page on Facebook. Send all hate mail to zacrilege.cast@gmail.com. Thanks to Sharon, Kate, Adam, and I suppose Joe for being on tonight. Stay safe, and if you need the chat, I'm available. If you're an atheist and feel alone, you are not alone. Reach out. Let's chat and get some of that human connectiveness that keeps people coming back every Sunday. Stay skeptical. I love all y'all.